What's up, everybody? It's your boy Mr. Ghana, baby, right here in the land that we love, that is Salone. It's all about Africa to the world, and it's time for us to tell our own story. And if we want to tell our own story, we need to tell our own history the way it is. I am here, but I don't even know your name, but what is your name?
I'm John Mamadou.
John
Mamadou.
Mamadou. So John Mamadou is going to be our tour guide today, and he's going to take us through all the history about this country, Salone.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good afternoon.
Thank you.
I'm John Mamadou. You are welcome to the Sierra Leone Peace and Cultural Monument.
Okay.
It was established 10 years ago by the Sierra Leone Armed Forces. It's just to create the relationship between the civilian and that of the military.
Okay.
And it was done during the regime of our former president, Dr. Anasibai Kroma. Once more, you are welcome.
Thank you.
As you can see, these are elephants. This is also tell you that we have them in Sierra Leone. You can find this elephant in the northern part of Sierra Leone, in the Kwenadugu district, now Karina district. Yeah. From here to that place is 177 miles, and they occupy 200 acres of land. The place you can find this elephant, it is called the Otamba Kelemi National Park.
Oh, okay.
If you have the opportunity to go there, you will see a lot of different types of animals there, and a very nice place to stay. Wow. And here is the Lion Mountain.
Lion Mountain.
Yeah. The Lion Mountain. 557 years ago, when a Portuguese sailor by the name of Pedro da Central was sailing across West Africa, and he was in search of fresh water and salt. There he saw this topography or the surface of this mountain. When he looked at the mountain, he said, oh, it resembled a lion. So he decided to call the mountain the Lion Mountain. Wow. The second reason was he came during the rainy season. During the rainy season, when he heard the sound of the thunder, he thought it was the roar of a lion. But when he looks around, he did see any lion.
You're trying to tell me that when the Portuguese came in here, the people were not living here?
People were living.
So how come he got a name for us?
Well, history tells us that when they came around, when they saw the lion, when they just look at the mountain, the surface of the mountain, when he said, oh, they resemble a lion.
So that came the name
Sierra Leone. That came the name Sierra Leone.
So when the people that were living here, what is the name that they call this place?
Freetown, because Freetown was known. Freetown was having several names.
Oh, okay.
We have the Maroon Town, Grabbing Town, all these names, and later became Freetown.
Oh, okay. All right.
So, but when the British people came in 1808, when Sierra Leone gained its crown colony, they decided to change the Sierra Leone to Sierra Leone. Oh. But the meaning still remains the same, the Lion Mountain, because there were British, Portuguese people before the British came
in here.
Yeah.
Wow.
Free at last. Okay. It represents 411 slaves that were bought in Sierra Leone. As I told you earlier that there was slavery before the British. Okay. That we have the Portuguese system of slavery. Okay. During the Portuguese system of slavery, these slaves, they have the right liberty to see their loved ones, friends and relatives when we are working for the Portuguese people. But during the era of the British, they were classed as second-class animals, treated like animals. They took them to Kent, later went with them to England. Came with them back and passed to the gateway to the Old King's Yard, which we now call the Connaught Hospital. Okay. At that place, whenever a slave steps his or her feet there, you're automatically free. That's why you see immediately, we are no longer slaves, we are now free. I'm now free man. Okay. So from there, they walked through to this majestic country tree. This is where they were praying and doing their normal businesses. So from there, they moved this way, go to villages closer to the colony at that time. These Creole villages like Leicester, Gloucester, Regent, Bathurst, Waterloo, Kent, York. These were the original settlements of these slaves. Wow. And we have another important personality. This is Baibure. Baibure, as far as the history of Sierra Leone is concerned, is one of the heroes that fought for Sierra Leoneans. Okay. He was the hero of the whole tax war, which started in 1898. Baibure was born in 1840, and he led the Timini uprising against the British when the British said these people should pay tax. And he said, why my people should pay tax for houses or land belongs to them? So he revolted against the British. And the British at that time, the governor at that time sent two of his officers, go to Baibure, go and ask Baibure that his people should pay tax. So he killed one of them and let the one go and tell your governor that my people are not going to pay tax for houses or land belongs to them. Wow. But unfortunately for him, he was betrayed by his own people. Yeah, they sold him for £100 to the British, and they sent him on exile to Ghana, to the Gold Coast presidency called Ghana. He was there for 7 years. He came back and he was reinstated again as chief of Kase, and he died. So that's why, to remember Baibure, we have the 1,000 Leones note, his face is there. Wow. And we have the Bure Beach, the Baibuya Road,
yeah.
yes, and Bureton as well. As we are talking about politics in Sierra Leone,
okay,
these are the two major people we should always remember as far as politics is concerned in Sierra Leone. This is Samuel Timagai and this is Shaka Proven Stephen. Both of them came from the same district, went to the same primary school, secondary school, and college, and the university as well. He was the first prime minister we have in Sierra Leone and the first executive president we have in Sierra Leone. This is the bond that they took to England for Sierra Leone to gain independence. Samuel was the first man to graduate in the Fobe College from the provinces, the first medical doctor as well to graduate at the Fobe College from the provinces. This is the bond that they took to England for Sierra Leone to gain independence in 1961. Okay. Both of them went, and they were in the same party, the SOS, now called the SLPP. Okay. Yes, but something brings separation. When Shaka Stevie said, election before independence, and he said, no, independence before election, separation. So Shaka Stevie came back, and he was part of the SOS, now the SLPP. He broke away from there and formed his own party, the APC. 1967 election, there is an election. He won the election by 1 vote because at that time, all the parliamentarians are eligible to vote. So automatically, he became the first executive president we do have in Sierra Leone. And he died in 1988. So to remember them, we have the Shaka Stevens Street, we have the Shaka Stevens Stadium. And both of them, when they died, they were buried at the parliament.
Okay. Parliament House.
Yeah. So this is the founder of the Sierra Leone People's Party, and this is the founder of the All People's Congress, the APC and the SLPP.
Who is in power right now?
The SLPP is in power.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it's the green and this is the red. This is reconciliation, one said by our former president after our civil war. This man you are seeing, he was an ex-combatant, a paramount chief, his wives, and this man, his family. But during the war, because he was under the influence of drugs, he amputated the paramount chief, his wife, and he did the same thing to his own family. But after the war, he came back to his village and he's asking for mercy, please forgive me for what I've done. And he came to the paramount chief, and in Africa, in Sierra Leone particularly, when somebody has done something wrong, this is how that individual will be asked for mercy. Either he will touch the foot of you or lie down and say, please forgive me, until you touches the head of that person and he said, you are forgiven. So it's what this man is doing with the amputated hands. The paramount chief is touching the head of this man and said, you are forgiven. But the second wife of the chief, she was not around when she came and said, why are you forgiving this man with all what he has done to us? And the chief said, we should learn to forgive one another. No matter the atrocity, no matter the things he has done to us, let's just forget about everything and to maintain peace. So there is a sweet word once said by our former Army Chief of Staff, Major General Alfred Nelson Williams. There is so much in us that unites us than divides us as Sierra Leoneans. We must recognize this fact and learn to live with one another. This is Thomas Peters. He is the true founder of Freetown. He was born in 1738. He was an Afro-American. He was a slave, poor and uneducated. He was in America, he left America and went to England and joined the army there and went to the rank of sergeant. There he met a Sierra Leonean coming in England. He said they want to come to Sierra Leone to establish a colony. Okay. But before that, they took them to England, to Nova Scotia, but because of the weather condition there, they came back to England. And he met the Sierra Leonean coming in England, said they want to come to Freetown to establish a new colony. At that time, Freetown was called the Maroon Town. But on arrival, 5,000 of them, they are all slaves. Okay. So they saw a very beautiful land, said, oh, this place is so beautiful, so he decided to give the name Freetown in 1792. Afro-American, which means he's an African born in America. Okay. This man you are seeing, he was the tallest soldier during the Second World War. His name is Farangbe Fambe. The meaning of that word is, if you hit on a stone, you will feel the stone. If a stone hits on you, you will feel the stone. But he's trying to preach about discrimination. As a soldier, your responsibility is to save a civilian and that of a soldier. And even telling us that as a Sierra Leoneans, we should stop discrimination. As far as you are Sierra Leoneans, we are all one. No matter whether you are a Mende or you are a Timini or you are a Limba, you are a Soso, we are all one, we are all Sierra Leoneans. Wow. So he's preaching about discrimination. Said, as a soldier, he has the responsibility to save a civilian and that of a soldier. That's why he holds the hand of a civilian and that of a soldier. But the man at the back is telling us, all these things we are using to kill ourselves, why are we not using them for materials that we use for agriculture.
Yeah.
So he is destroying this weapon we are using to kill ourselves and turning it into things we use for agriculture.
So which means that this story came about after the Civil War?
During the Second World War.
Second World War.
Yeah.